Hey, Determined Destiny family, this is Coach Kevin coming back at you with the lesson on creating your own breakthrough. Really excited about this lesson because I know that at this point in the school year, there's some challenges that have come up for our young men. There's some situations where they're trying to navigate through or they're trying to get better at something and they just can't seem to figure out what it is they need to do to get to that next level. Before we get started, I want to encourage you and remind you to go to determinedestiny.org. Make sure that you're checking out those articles, that you become a member, you're checking out those videos, and constantly watching those with your young man or having your young man watch those videos so that we can continue to improve the lives of our young men today and help them be more determined about their destiny. So at this point in the school year, you know, I'm an educator. I live and breathe this on a day-to-day basis, and I love what I do, and I love the way that we impact kids on a day-to-day basis and young men specifically. So I realized the need to address an issue on breakthroughs and creating your own breakthrough and teaching our young men about how to create their own breakthrough. Because oftentimes in life, there's going to be situations where we feel like we're not getting anywhere. We're doing the same things over and over again and we're not accomplishing anything. And that can be frustrating. So what I want to do is give you 4 simple principles that you can put into practice that will help create your own breakthrough. If you will do these 4 simple things consistently and with determination, you will create your own breakthrough. First thing that I want to talk about is showing up early. You know, this is something that a lot of people don't really talk about just because, you know, in school, you just kind of go with the flow of things. Bells determine when you move and where to move and how much time you have for this and that sort of thing. So we don't really think about the importance of showing up early. Now, remember, we're talking about creating a breakthrough. We're talking about you've been trying to get somewhere, and you haven't been able to. So you got to do something different to create that breakthrough to get to that next level. I'm talking about showing up to class a little bit early, showing up to practice a little bit early, showing up for drumline practice or band, choir, theater, whatever it is. You show up to those things a little bit early. You'll show the people that you are working with and for, your coaches, your teachers. We can even apply this to a job. A lot of our young men work jobs. So you're trying to get that breakthrough to the next level in terms of a promotion. That boss will see your determination to be successful by you showing up a little bit early. You're supposed to be at school at 7:30. Well, you're working, trying to get that A. You've been maintaining a B. You're trying to get that A. Well, show up at 7:15. Get a little bit extra time in. Show up early to show that teacher that you're interested in a breakthrough. You're wanting a little bit more. Practice starts at 4 o'clock. Everybody else is walking out to practice at 3:55. You should be out there about 3:40, 3:45, running routes, throwing passes, working drills, doing something to show that you're trying to get a breakthrough. And I'm going to get into this a little bit more of the importance of showing up early. That's the first principle. Second principle, work harder than the next guy. Work harder than everybody else. So not only am I going to show up at 7:20 when school starts at 7:30, I'm going to show up in class at 7:20, 7:15. When I get there, I'm going to pull out some work and start trying to get ahead of everybody else. Let's reverse this. Class is getting ready to end, and the teacher says, oh, okay, we got 5 minutes, guys. Go ahead and pack up and get ready to transition to your next class. And you could pack up and sit and chit-chat with everybody else for the next few minutes, or you can keep that homework out that she gave you and go ahead and get a jump on that homework. That's working harder than everybody else, okay? You go out to practice a little bit early on the football field. I'm gonna make some analogies about football because it's football season and we're all into football season right now. I love it, live it and breathe it as well as most of you out there. So You show up a little bit early. You start working on drills, running routes, doing different things to show that I'm trying to get better at this. Okay, you show up and watch a little bit more film than the next guy. That's working harder than the person next to you. That's working harder than somebody else to create your breakthrough. So now, not only have you shown up early, but now you're working a little bit harder. Okay. Next principle is ask questions. Now this one, if you've been with me for some time, you understand that there's a connection here. You know, in my book, I want to encourage you to get, if you haven't gotten it already, 10 Things Your Son Needs to Know to Be Successful. We talk about how communication is critical and how we have to teach our young men to express themselves with words. So asking questions is a way to create your own breakthrough. And I'm just going to use the analogy of football because that's what I started talking about. So let's say I'm a running back and I've showed up early. I've started running some drills or I've watched some film to show that I'm working a little bit harder than everybody else. Now I'm going to ask some questions. So I'm out there on the field and coach is coaching me up. And most of the time when coach is coaching you, you know, your player just kind of, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, got you. Yes, coach. And you go on about your business. And coach feels like he's done his job and you're expected to know and understand what was communicated to you. Okay. Well, but let's take that a step further. Let's say I'm a running back and, you know, we're running a stretch play or sweep play and the coach has told me, okay, you got to read that defensive end. You got to read that cornerback to know whether you're going to cut that upfield or you're going to bounce that outside. So the question that I might then ask is, coach, if I can't cut it upfield because the end is there and I can't bounce it outside because the corner has red run on this and he's coming up to play the run, do I have the liberty to cut this thing backside? So now I'm creating more dialogue with that coach and he knows that I'm really engaged in this process and that I'm learning a little bit more. I'm creating my own breakthrough because now he knows that when it comes game time, I'm going to know what's going on. I'm going to be thinking about every aspect of that game. So we're going to have that conversation about cutting it backside. And then he may even say, well, that depends on what the linemen on the backside are doing. Are they rubbing off the guard and tackle? Are they rubbing and moving up to linebacker, or are they sustaining their blocks as they flow to the right? So then I have to have a conversation with those backside linemen to know what they're doing. So now there's more talking going on because I'm asking questions. That's going to create the breakthrough. I know that was a long conversation about football, but the analogy was simply about teaching you the importance of asking questions. In the classroom, you go up to the teacher, you ask questions. You're in the band, you're on the drum line, you're in theater. There's a opportunity to ask questions that shows that you're more engaged than the person next to you. That shows that you're working harder and you're trying to pick this up a little bit more than the person next to you. Creating your own breakthrough is what we're talking about. The fourth principle, the fourth and final principle that I really want you to get when trying to create your own breakthrough is to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe that all the work that you've done over the summer, all the work that you've done watching film, all the work that you've done learning the playbook, you got to believe that those things have prepared you for this moment. And if I'm the second string or third string running back, but I'm trying to get the first string, I got to believe in myself that I know these things. Now I've enacted these other principles of showing up early, working harder, asking questions. Now couple that with believing in myself, and that breakthrough is more than likely going to happen at some point. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to know that if you're trying to get that promotion on that job and you're showing up early and you're asking questions and you're working harder than the next guy and you believe in yourself and you're acting with confidence, your behaviors are going to say that you're confident because you believe in yourself, then that boss is going to see that. That teacher is going to see that. They're going to be more inclined to help you get to where you're trying to go. In life, as adults, we know and realize that there's times where we have to do some things to create our own breakthrough. And we do it all the time. What I want us to get in the habit of doing is teaching our young men certain principles that they need to know to create their own breakthrough as well. So this has been a lesson on creating your own breakthrough. I'm Coach Kevin, part of the Determined Destiny membership that you can sign up for. Allows you to have the opportunity to get on a call with me. This is something that we are initiating, getting on a call with me so that we can talk through some issues a little bit further. But on this one in particular, creating your own breakthrough, our young men need to know this. And we as mentors, teachers, coaches, adults, parents, guardians, we have to help them learn how to be successful. I'm excited that you're a part of this family. I'm excited that you're taking the time to pour into your young man and help him be the best that he can be. I'm Coach Kevin. This is Determined Destiny. Stay with us. There's more to come later, and we're glad you're here. Thank you.